Hey there, my friends. Hope you're having a truly magical day today. Today, I'm giving you an in-depth tour of Stateroom 8234 on board the MSC Divina, or Bella Stateroom, just for reference. Now, I'm doing this one a little bit differently this time. I'm waiting until I've had an experience kind of sleeping in here, getting used to it. That way, I can kind of walk you through exactly how I feel on certain things. Things that work well, things that don't, things that I think could be fixed in the future, and things to watch out for. That way, instead of just kind of walking through the room, you can actually learn from my experiences sleeping in here a few nights and get an idea of what you may want to remember for your cruise on the MSC Divina or any other MSC cruise. So let's jump into it. Starting off first, the entryway of my room here, you'll notice that the little looking hole has a little cover on it. I like that a lot. I like the fact that MSC thought of that. No one can look in on you because you have to move it out of the way in order to see who's out there. I've actually used it more than once when security came by to change my safe. They had to fix it because it wasn't working, but they did it super well. Now, in addition, the card that you use here again, you have to insert this to get any of the lights or electronics to work. The card that you use, probably don't want it to be your cruise card, so I bring some kind of extra card with you. This is actually my Gatorland annual pass right there that I'm using to keep the lights on here inside of my stateroom. I feel like it's just nice to have it there. If you leave it in there when you leave, the lights will stay on, but your stateroom host or hostess will leave it just like that, or kind of at an angle a little bit. That's how I found it, just to kind of take it out and save some power. So only do that when you're either in the room or really need the power to charge up one of your devices. Now, inside the restroom here, all these shelves are super helpful. Be careful though, because some of the larger toothbrushes don't fit on the smaller shelves. So the only place I was able to fit my electric toothbrush was this corner of this shelf here. So it's just something to watch out for. Other than that, really nice sink area. Like it a lot. Plenty of room for just me when you're in here. I haven't fully figured out what these glasses are for next to the toilet, but they're there. MSC gives you a few towels when you're here. They give you these kind of smaller towels, and they give you larger, these are my swimsuits that are drying right here, the larger towels that are hanging right there. You also have a hanging hook right behind your door, which is super helpful. It's a tub as well, so that's very, very nice. One thing I did notice, the stopper plug that kind of holds the water in there if you want to take a bath, it sits in there permanently, so you have to pull it out and kind of move it to the side in order to get the bathtub to stop filling for those that take a shower. Also, wanted to mention they do have shampoo and body wash there if you want to use it, or little shelves for your own things that you bring. I usually bring my own. I like the fact that they have the soap right here as a little dispenser, just like it's all ready. I've used it multiple times for the sink. That's been really, really helpful. But overall, a really nice bathroom. I like it a lot. There's a lot to like here. Now, when I first came into this room, I turned the temperature down to the absolute coldest. I gotta be honest with you, I was cold when I woke up, but not like frozen, so you have to keep it relatively cool, I've noticed, at least on the MSC Divina. Walking into the room a little further, you got these shelves right here, which are super helpful. Hats there, I got like a planner there, have some empty cups that I was drinking from right here. Really helpful. The fridge is right down here, great for storing drinks that you get and want to keep cold for the next day. That is a trick that I learned way back when, because maybe you want to have something to drink, like lemonade or tea when you wake up in the morning and you want it like iced. Perfect. That's the trick that I use every single time now. Now I've got some of my clothes, of course, in here, and I've unpacked into these. Here's your safe right here. Again, had to get mine fixed, but it was done the very first day, which I love. Here's more of the closet right here. You can see some of my clothes are hanging up right there. Some life vests up there. You won't need them, but you do know how to use them because of the safety drill, but tons of space for all your belongings. They also have this little hook right there. Very nice. Now, first thing in the morning, you've got your two super long mirrors. These are great to just make sure that you're, looking good, feeling your best, you're good to go. One thought, here's the bed here. Very nice looking bed. I like the headboard area a lot. One thing I noticed, the bed is it's made to split into two double beds as needed, but that also means that there's a gap between the two. So sleeping in the middle, you feel like you're not falling in, but you can feel the divot between the two beds right there. It's interesting, it's unique. It's I think it's something that I didn't feel in the Royal Caribbean cruise ship, right? For Royal, they do that too, but you didn't feel the gap in between. Just something to be aware of. So I would kind of sleep on one side or the other, even if it's just you. The TV is nice, but I've noticed that sometimes they don't get the signals, especially at sea, where there's no pre-made channel for different shows that they have, ready for you. So that's just something to be aware of. The safety channel is always running, but a lot of the network TV comes and goes. Now here's that phone from probably 1970s right there. It's so funny. I don't know why they use that phone. But you can see I got some of my belongings here, some daily planners, really nice, some drawers right there for some belongings. I do want to note, though, there are only 2 plugs available for you when you're here. So, of course, I got my phone plug right here, but I also have this right here, which is one of those, it's not a splitter, it's like one plug that goes into 3 USBs. Been super helpful for charging up batteries for this camera, just as an example. One's charging right now, but other than that, it's really nice to really get the daily planner, which is here. Here's the old one right there with the information that you need. Not as much going on MSC cruises as other cruises we've been on, but still nice. And they tell you all about where you need to be, all aboard and times and all that on the little planner as well, right on the front page. Across the way from the little desk there, we've got this chair here and a little table, which you can see I've been enjoying some tea. They give you 2 different towels slash blanket. One was fluffy, one was not fluffy. I have no idea. And my understanding is you have to be responsible for your own towel. So you bring it to the pool and then you bring it back. And then at the end of your cruise, the towel has to be in the room. Both 2 towels, or however many they gave you, have to be back in the room. The unlock feature right there, just 1 button. Very simple, appreciate that. It's been a really nice balcony here, I gotta tell you. You're with the other folks here, right? There's people, as you kind of lean out here, you can see that other people have balconies too. We got 2 chairs right here, super convenient. And then you got a great view right near the rear of the ship, which is really nice. Look, we're in Nassau, Bahamas right now as we're looking out at this part of the ocean. I do want to talk a little bit more about the room location. At first, when I went to the rear stateroom, I got one of these like last minute deals where they assign you your own stateroom. And when I got it, I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I'm right over the aft part of the ship. I'm going to be feeling the rumbling all night. I remember feeling that way on the Disney, I think it was the Disney Wonder. Well, yeah, I think it was the Wonder. And I remember my brother and I, I think it was a deck 3, so that should be noted here. And it would keep us up all night, the rumbling of the engines below us. And it was just, the door would be rattling. It was really intense. And with this ship, I thought I'd get the same thing. I was actually really concerned. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I tried calling. I wasn't able to get anything done on the phone at all. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it and I'll see what it's like. I gotta be honest with you, I have not felt a thing. The difference, I'm telling you, was shocking between, again, deck 3 on the Disney Wonder and deck 8 here on the Divina. I am not feeling anything. Like, I'm able to sleep perfectly. There's no rattling anywhere. It is really nice. It's a unique difference that I've noticed. Again, I'm sure it all has to do with deck location, right? We weren't on deck 3, we're on deck 8 here. So we're not feeling the rumbling as I'm sure you would on deck 3. So for me, that's just been a really big surprise. In addition, on the Divina, it's really nice to be in the aft part of the ship because for any of the time I want to go to the buffet, I take the elevator in the aft section, go up to deck 14, and I'm in the middle of the buffet. Like, I don't have to walk all the way through it. I'm right in the middle of it, and the aft elevators are the only ones that take you there. Like, if you came up to the midship or forward elevators, they're not going to take you to right in the middle. You have to walk all the way there, so that's a huge convenience factor. Now, one quick after-action follow-up update to this video. It was a super smooth room, room 8234. You didn't really feel any of the swaying of the ship, which was nice, although the water was super calm. One correction and follow-up: when the thrusters are in action, that means when the ship is coming into a port or out of a port, there are side thrusters in the aft and forward part of the ship. When they start to turn on, the entire rear of the ship shakes. It feels like it could shake apart at any moment, and if you're in bed at 5 in the morning, you definitely feel it. You wake up thinking that you somehow arrived in like a shaker room where the whole room is coming alive. So unless the thrusters are on, there's no problems at all. But once the thrusters do come on, you do feel it. Thankfully, it's not all the time. And when the ship is just out at sea, it's no problem at all. So as long as you don't mind that, first thing in the morning, it's something that I wouldn't worry about. Other than that, if you're looking for the least motion when you're at sea, basically any ship, go for the midship, right in the middle, if possible. The decks, can vary depending, but closer to the middle, you'll have less of the effect from both forward and aft thrusters. Okay, back to it. Stateroom host has been great. They're extremely attentive. They're not here as frequently as some of the other ships I've been on, right? They come twice a day, and yes, the other ships, they come twice a day as well, but you see them in the hallways more on the other ships. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but I'm just kind of pointing it out. For the MSC ship, I've only seen him one time. No, two times, but it was both on the first day. So You know, it's nice to have the bed made, it's great, but I just don't see them that often. Not a huge deal, just something to note. Overall, gotta tell you, really enjoyed Stateroom 8234 on board the MSC Divina. I would book this again in a heartbeat. Really enjoyed it. It's probably because we're higher up on the ship, we're not feeling any of that rumbling, and being in the aft part of this ship definitely helps, especially when you want to go to breakfast or lunch. It's great. I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you're thinking about the MSC cruise, check out some of the other vlogs we did and the ship tour. Always a ton of fun. It means a lot to be able to share it all with you. Any other questions, let us know in the comments below. Love to hear from you. Thanks so much for being a part of it with me today, and a special thanks to our patrons for making it all possible. Until next time, have a magical day, and I'll see you on board.